Hello. Whether this is your first time here or whether you've been following all along, I'm glad you're here. This is post number 3 of NatsMan Reads the Bible. We're starting in Genesis 7, but to recap the last video on 4, 5, and 6, in 4, it tells that the story of Cain and Abel, the sons of Adam and Eve. Both bring offerings to God. Abel's is accepted, Cain's is not. Jealous and angry, Cain kills Abel, and God confronts him. He punishes him by cursing the ground and sending him to wander, but also marks him for protection. Cain settles in the land of Nod and starts a family line. The chapter ends with the birth of Seth, another son of Adam and Eve, and a note that people begin to call on the name of the Lord. In Genesis 5, it's a genealogy tracing the descendants of Adam through Seth, and it lists the ages and the descendants of each patriarch from Adam to Noah, emphasizing the long lifespans. The standout is Enoch, who walked with God and was taken by God instead of dying. The chapter ends with the birth of Noah and a prophecy from his father Lamech that Noah would bring comfort from the curse on the ground. In chapter 6, it begins by describing a time when humans multiplied and the sons of God took human wives, leading to the birth of the Nephilim, a race of giants or mighty men. God sees that human wickedness is widespread and regrets ever making mankind. His spirit will not contend with man forever, and he limits human lifespan to 120 years. But Noah finds favor in God's eyes, and God instructs him to build an ark, warning of a coming flood that will wipe out all of life except for Noah, his family, and pairs of every creature who will be saved in the ark. Now, chapter 5 has genealogy in it, and we wonder why there's so much of it, and I've made just a short little clip to hopefully explain it. In the last post, we got into some genealogy, and a lot of times people wonder, why is that important? Why do they make such a big deal out of it? Well, this is a chart of the genealogy from Adam up to present day. And if you can look, world history chart, we are right in here. So we got a long way to go to get all the way around to up here. But right here is the flood. As you can see, it's not very far along the line. And Jesus was born right here. It shows it midway, right there. But where that cross is when he died. But that's why the genealogy is important. It leads a path all the way so that you can tell that Jesus was a direct descendant from Adam and Eve. And that's why genealogy is important. And that's why it's in there. It's not real exciting to read, but that's why it's there. Well, I hope that shed a little bit of light into why the genealogy is listed, and it lists just certain children and adults and not all of them. Of course, all of them would be a book all by itself because there's a lot of them. So anyway, we're getting ready to dive in, starting with verse number 7, or chapter number 7. Here we go. God said to Noah, "Come with all of your household into the ship, for I have seen your righteousness before me in this generation. I shall take 7 pairs of every clean animal with you, the male and his female, of the animals that are not clean, take 2, the male and his female. Also of the birds of the sky, 7 and 7, male and female, to keep seed alive on the surface of all the earth. In 7 days I will cause it to rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. I will destroy every living thing that I have made from the surface of the ground. Noah did everything that God commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters came on the earth. Noah went into the ship with his sons, his wife, and his sons' wives because of the flood waters. Clean animals, unclean animals, birds, and everything that creeps on the ground went by pairs to Noah into the ship, male and female, as God commanded Noah. After the 7 days, the flood waters came on the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month, on that day all the fountains of the great deep burst open, and the sky's windows opened. It rained on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. In the same day, Noah and Shem, Ham, and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them, entered into the ship. They and every animal after its kind, all the livestock after their kind, every creeping thing that creeps on the earth after its kind, and every bird after its kind, every bird of every sort. Pairs from all the flesh with the breath of life in them went into the ship to Noah. Those who went in male and female, and all flesh, as God commanded him. Then God shut him in. The flood was 40 days on the earth. The waters increased and lifted up the ship, and it was lifted up above the earth. The waters rose and greatly increased on the earth, and the ship floated on the surface of the waters. The waters rose very high on the earth. All the high mountains that were under the whole sky were covered. The waters rose 15 cubits higher, and the mountains were covered. All flesh died that moved on the earth, including birds, livestock, animals, every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, and every man, all on the dry land, in whose nostrils was the breath of the Spirit of life, died. Every living thing was destroyed that was on the surface of the ground, including man, livestock, creeping things, and birds of the sky. They were destroyed from the earth. Only Noah was left, and those who were with him in the ship. The waters flooded the earth 150 days. Chapter 8. God remembered Noah, all the animals, and all the livestock that were with him in the ship, and God made a wind to pass over the earth. The waters subsided, the deep's fountains and the sky's windows were also stopped, and the rain from the sky was restrained. The waters continually receded from the earth. After the end of the 150 days, the water receded. The ship rested in the 7th month on the 17th day of the month on Ararat's mountain. The waters receded continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the 1st day of the month, the tops of the mountains were visible. At the end of 40 days, Noah opened the window of the ship which he had made, and he sent out a raven. It went back and forth until the waters were dried up from the earth. He himself sent out a dove to see if the waters were abated from the surface of the earth. But the dove found no place to rest her foot, and she returned into the ship to him, for the waters were on the surface of the whole earth. He put out his hand and took her, and brought her to him into the ship. He waited yet another 7 days, and again he sent the dove out of the ship. The dove came back to him in the evening, and behold, in her mouth was a freshly plucked olive leaf. So Noah knew that the waters were abated from the earth, and he waited another 7 days and sent out the dove, and she didn't return to him anymore. In the 601st year, in the 1st month, the 1st day of the month, the waters were dried up from the earth. Noah removed the covering of the ship and looked. He saw that the surface of the ground was dry. In the 2nd month, on the 27th day of the month, the earth was dry. God spoke to Noah, saying, "Go out of the ship, you, your wife, your sons, and your sons' wives with you. Bring out with you every living thing that is with you of all flesh, including birds, livestock, and every creepy thing that creeps on the earth, that they may breed abundantly in the earth and be fruitful and multiply on the earth." Noah went out with his sons, his wife, and his sons' wives with him. Every animal, every creepy thing, and every bird, whatever moves on the earth, after their families, went out of the ship. Noah built an altar to God and took of every clean animal and of every clean bird and offered burnt offerings on the altar. God smelled the pleasant aroma, and God said in his heart, "I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake, because the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. I will never again strike every living thing as I have done. While the earth remains, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night will not cease." Chapter 9. God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, "Be fruitful, multiply, and replenish the earth. The fear of you and the dread of you will be on every animal of the earth and on every bird of the sky. Everything that moves along the ground and all the fish of the sea are delivered into your hand. Every moving thing that lives will be food for you. As I gave you the green herb, I have given everything to you. But flesh with its life, that is, its blood, you shall not eat. I will surely require accounting for your life's blood. At the hand of every animal I will require it. At the hand of man, even at the hand of every man's brother, I will require the life of man. Whoever sheds man's blood, his blood will be shed by man. For God made man in his own image. Be fruitful and multiply. Increase abundantly in the earth and multiply in it." God spoke to Noah and to his sons with him, saying, "As for me, behold, I establish my covenant with you and with your offspring after you, and with every living creature that is with you, the birds, the livestock, and every animal of the earth with you, of all that go out of the ship, even every animal of the earth. I will establish my covenant with you. All flesh will not be cut off any more by the waters of a flood. There will never again be a flood to destroy the earth. There will never again be a flood to destroy the earth," God said. "This is the token of the covenant which I make between you, me, and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. I set my rainbow in the cloud, and it will be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. When I bring a cloud over the earth, that the rainbow will be seen in the cloud, I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh, and the waters will no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. The rainbow will be in the cloud. I will look at it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is on the earth." God said to Noah, "This is the token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is on the earth." The sons of Noah who went out from the ship were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham is the father of Canaan. These three were the sons of Noah, and from these the whole earth was populated. Noah began as a farmer and planted a vineyard. He drank of the wine and got drunk. He was uncovered within his tent. Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brothers outside. Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it on both their shoulders, went in backwards, and covered the nakedness of their father. Their faces were backward, and they didn't see their father's nakedness. Noah awoke from his wine and knew that what his youngest sons had done to him. He said, Canaan is cursed. He will be a servant of servants to his brothers. He said, Blessed be Yahweh, the God of Shem. Let Canaan be his servant. May God enlarge Japheth. Let him dwell in the tents of Shem. Let Canaan be his servant. Noah lived 350 years after the flood. All the days of Noah were 950 years, and then he died. And that concludes 3 more chapters. That was 7, 8, and 9. I want to thank you for logging in and taking the time to listen to God's Word. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I enjoy reading it. I hope you'll come back for the next one and all of them after that. I hope you have a blessed day wherever you are in this world. Thank you again for taking your time out of your day, your busy day. I know we're all busy, to spend some time with the Lord. Till the next time, this is NatsMan, and I'm out.